Hello, my name is Max, and welcome to another Graphsy screencast. In this screencast, I'm going to demonstrate a bunch of new features that were just added to Graphsy. First, you'll notice 6 new buttons that are added to the top of the toolbar menu. The first two control what happens when a user clicks and drags on the white spaces inside your document. For instance, the default is selection. So when I click and drag inside the white spaces, I get the selection rectangle popping up. Anything that it touches or is inside of the rectangle gets selected automatically. In addition to this, Shift Select still works. So by holding down the Shift key, if I click, for example, this diamond that's already been selected, gets deselected. If I click on it again, it is added to our selection set. If I hold Shift while dragging the selection rectangle, I can add additional items to the selection set. So that's for selection. The second element is the pan control. By toggling to it, we see we removed from selection mode and now entered pan mode. With it, if we select, click and drag on the white spaces, we can pan our document around. It's just another way of doing scrolling. The next 4 buttons on this menu control layering, or how objects are positioned or drawn on top of one another. So for instance, if I move these 3 shapes on top of one another, we can see that the diamond shape is clearly on top. Now, with the diamond shape selected, I can move it all the way to the bottom by hitting the first of the layering buttons. I can move a circle down 1 layer by hitting the second button, or I can bring it back up 1 layer by hitting the third button. I can also take our diamond and move it all the way back to the top by hitting the 4th layering button. So these control in order, moving everything to the bottom, going down 1 layer, going up 1 layer, going all the way to the top. Another difference in this version of Graphsy that you may notice is how we handle anchored edges. So if I have this line and I attach it to our diamond, you can see it's attached now. The line can no longer be detached by simply moving the line around. So if I click and drag on this line, you see nothing happens. I have to physically detach the attached edge, make the line separate, and now I can move it around. It doesn't mean that the entire line segment is attached, or the entire line object is attached, just a segment that's connecting. So for instance, if I split the segment in half to 2 segments, like so, I can now move the segment that is not attached to our object around, with Graphsy adjusting the other segment as it does when they're both attached to different shapes. So those are kind of the 3 major features that have been added to Graphsy recently. Along with some bug fixes, this is the new update for August 20th. In addition to this, I also want to remind people that we have the feedback option. Click on this feedback link at the upper right corner. It will take you to a page where people can provide request features, vote on different features. For instance, in this case, here's some of the features that have been requested by people using Graphsy. And here are some of the closed requests that have already been completed. With these features, you can hit any of these arrow buttons and increase the value of this feature, therefore voting on which features will get done first. As you can see, embedding graph views in other web pages right now is at the very top, and we're slowly working towards fulfilling that, with other features being a little bit less important. You can also vote down a feature if you think it's unimportant. Hitting the down arrow will lower it in its vote count and so on. So hopefully you'll find that useful to you. And well, that's it for now. I hope you enjoyed this screencast, and thank you for watching.